I mean,
we are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Our final segment on this Halloween. The number 737-7587. It's on the screen. You said local ghost stories, if you will. Allen Sircy's with us. He's the author of Southern Ghost Stories. Good to have you on, Allen. I appreciate it. It's a perfect topic, I'd say, for today.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Hey, we've got Ronnie on line one waited through the break. Ronnie, good morning. How are you doing, Ronnie?
Fine. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, my friend. What you got?
Okay, my mom passed, I don't know, when I was about, 40 or something like that, I think. And after she passed for 5 to 10 years, I've seen her I bought her house, and where she sat all the time, I could see her for about 5 to 10 years. Now I don't see her no more.
What do you mean? She would be sitting in a chair there or something?
Yeah, her spirit.
It was really clear, just like her sitting there, or was it kind of fuzzy, or what was it?
It was clear, like she was always sitting there. I could see her like that.
But not really looking or trying to communicate, just sitting there looking around?
Just sitting there.
Huh. Was that a comfort to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, I wonder why she went away.
She had a massive heart attack.
Oh, no, I know, but I mean, why do you think she was there for 5 years and then the image left? Who knows?
I don't know. I reckon I was at peace with it.
Okay. See, I like that. You're molding it to the fact that maybe she was there because she knew her son was grieving and it was tough. She wanted to make sure that she's there for him until he finally comes to terms.
Well, it reminds me of a story from the book in Gallatin. I kept hearing the library was haunted. So I went to the library and like 8 people told me, no, it's not haunted. And I saw a lady who'd been there a long time. She's like, well, honey, the old library is haunted. It's not the new library, it's the old one. So I went over to the old library, which is now an office building. And when I walked in, I was talking to some people, and they said, yeah, there's something over here. We hear a typewriter at night, we hear voices, and they see an old woman in the back there. Yeah. So I started talking to this one lady, and she's pretty sensitive. And she said, Alan, the lady here, she's not haunting. She's happy here. This is where she wants to be. So I started digging, and I found out it's most likely the ghost of the old librarian, Nell McDonald. Because I showed pictures of what I found to the lady, and she's like, I think that's who it is. Yeah. So, but she insisted she's not haunting. She's happy here.
She's happy.
She's where she wants to be.
So just show.
It could be his mother. She wanted to be there with him. Yeah. You just don't know.
Let's go next. We've got another Cindy. Cindy, good morning. Hi, Cindy.
I'm sorry to call you again.
Oh, you're following up. Okay.
About a spirit call. I wanted to tell you about, sometimes I see people that have died, which was my grandpa. Why, I don't know, but he gives me good advice. But another thing that was weird, I never knew my cousin after 28 years was married. We got remarried, and I didn't know. But anyway, we became roommates, and he was telling me we went down to the Bromley graveyard down in Flatwoods. And when we were there, he asked me about something, so I touched my grandpa's grave, but I didn't get a signal. So he said, could you touch my wife, who I'd never even seen a picture of, right? Mm-hmm. And so I touched her grave, and the next thing I know, I guess I was blacking out. I said, where's my flowers? And I was mumbling some other stuff, and then boom, I fell down. So he got me back awake, and he was talking and telling me what I said, and I said, I ain't touching no more tombstones again.
Sounds like she was being channeled or whatever they say,
It's never happened to me, but it could happen to somebody else.
Just I don't know what to say on these things. Like I said, I don't buy it, but whatever. All right, let's go to Eddie or Edie. Edie, hi Edie, what's on your mind? Are you there, Edie?
Hello?
Hi Edie, yeah, go ahead.
It's Debbie. It's not Edie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Debbie. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to, y'all was talking about you didn't know about ghosts coming back and stuff. If you look in 1 Samuel 15, Saul, who is fixing to go after David, talks to Samuel, the prophet.
Okay.
And then if you go to, and it says in Mark 6:50, they talk about where Jesus is walking on the water, and talks about, in verse 49 it says, and when they saw him walking on the sea, they supposed it was a ghost and cried out.
So there have been references in the Bible, you're saying?
Yes, the references in the Bible.
Huh. Have you ever looked
I thought that would be interesting for y'all.
Sure.
Whether there are ghosts or not, I've seen things in my past, and I've wondered. And but it does say in the Bible that apparently ghosts do come back at some point or time, and disturb people.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, have you ever looked in? I don't know.
I mean, I was raised in the church, and I was raised in the church, and I believe in God, and. But it's funny because when I was researching this, a lot of the churches, there's 3 churches on Main Street, and they're supposedly haunted. Mm-hmm. But the people there, they don't want to talk about it. I was lucky to find somebody who would speak to me, but the 95% of the folks there I encountered didn't want to talk to me.
They didn't want to talk about it because they're like, that's a bunch of hooey, I'm not going to waste my time talking about it? Or it was like, we want to keep it a secret?
Well, it's like a taboo subject where they don't want to talk about it. And some folks in the church think it's demons. So it's kind of a touchy subject in the church and that.
Well, based on what you say about this, it's almost not a question of what places are haunted. It's what places are not.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an example of a place that very likely is not haunted. Give me a few that. Okay, what about Bridgestone Arena? Okay, it's newer. I mean, would someplace like that
what was there before Bridgestone Arena?
I don't know what was out there. What's over there at the football stadium? I don't know.
That
what
was an old junkyard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, was it part of Steiner Lift? I'm not sure. Maybe just warehouses. So if it's a place that's been built where there maybe weren't people in the past, that's possibility that there's no human connection, so there wouldn't be a haunting. Is that it?
No, I mean, but then again, Indians could have been there, and
do they always have to stay put where they were? Couldn't someone, be a ghost and not say, "Well, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to go over there"?
It's possible. I don't know.
So we don't know how this all works, do we?
No, we don't.
All right. And by the way, when you talk about ghosts, a lot of them date back. What you're talking about, like going back maybe a century or more. I mean, can there be fresh ghosts?
Oh, I'm sure there can.
I mean, fresh ones. Like maybe from someone who died last week.
Yeah.
Someone who died last week.
But just from what I encountered in Gallatin, it was most likely from the fires and the cholera. Like the librarian I spoke of, she died, I think, in the 70s or 80s. So that's a fairly newer ghost.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to go track down some of these ghosts and do it, tell me about your app again. You've got an app that you actually came up with.
Yes, sir.
And it's called what?
Nashville Ghost Map app is the local one for Nashville.
Okay. You've done it for 6 other cities?
Oh, yes, sir. I got Nashville, Boston, Salem, Louisville, New Orleans. I'm missing one.
So it'd be like Boston Ghost app?
Boston Ghost Map app, yeah.
Ghost Map app. And so if you're going to one of these cities, it's $2 to get this app.
Yes,
and
sir.
it basically pops up and will show you all of the buildings in that city that are maybe haunted, and then also have like a description of it?
Yes, sir. It's like a GPS base, like a map will pop up, like those little pinpoints. You click on the pin, and it tells you the info, tells you the stories, and gives you directions how to get there, and you can kind of see yourself walking. It's pretty neat. You go on vacation to Savannah or New Orleans, somewhere it's haunted.
And you just came up with that idea after you went to Savannah and thought, you know what, someone should have an app on. I mean,
it was my wife's idea, and it got me thinking, and I just started plugging away and watching YouTube videos and playing with code until I figured it out.
Yeah, you've got another one coming up. You're going to you'll keep adding cities. I'm guessing you add them, you enjoy doing it, but are you finding there is an interest? I mean, people download the app?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially during October.
Yeah.
I mean, places like New Orleans, Savannah, and Salem, they do well year round, but the places like Louisville and Boston, October is peak time for those
So
apps.
right now, I mean, you're able obviously to monitor how many people end up signing up for it, and you see how that goes.
You don't really sign up, you just download it on your phone.
Oh, you download it, but then you find out you make money off it.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. It's just interesting. I mean, you have ghost tours, on the buses, like you said, that you take, and you can do them in Savannah. And if nothing else, what I like about it, regardless of whether you think there's actually ghosts involved, I think it's really cool because it gives you a chance to learn the history of an area.
Oh yeah, and that's what's fascinating. I mean, the hauntings is kind of what drew me in, but the history is what I found so fascinating. Why is the place haunted?
Yeah,
there's history. What caused
Whether
it?
you believe it or not, you can find out what was here beforehand. And oftentimes it has to do with tragedy. But not necessarily. It can just be
Middle Tennessee.
Someone who dies of old age and loved an area.
Yeah, I mean, Middle Tennessee is just rich with history from the Civil War, Native Americans, slavery. There's a lot of weird, bad things that happen here.
It's interesting, though, when you think about it on a planetary scale, on Earth. The United States has, as you said, its share of cities where there's probably very busy in Gallatin. But think about this is a very young country compared to anything
Ireland,
in Europe.
United Kingdom.
Imagine what you've got in the castles of Europe dating back, centuries. In this country, I mean, we're still relatively young comparatively speaking. Have you ever thought about doing Europe?
My buddy went to Cuba for vacation. He's like, you should make one for Cuba.
For Cuba?
I was like, there's a lot of history there too.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, I've thought about it, but I'm kind of concentrating on sticking with what I know.
Well,
I know
and
the
you've got
Southeast.
Americans. It's easy access for someone. It could be a fun, day trip, something like that. I mean, you come.
Yeah,
come
Louisville's like just 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah.
I mean, Savannah's 8 hours away. New Orleans about 8 hours away.
And the app is Nashville or for Gallatin, the one that you have also.
Well, there's places in Gallatin on the Nashville. Nashville app's
That's
kind
just for the broad whole area.
It's got 100 locations. It has Murfreesboro, Franklin, Gallatin, all of Middle Tennessee.
Like the metropolitan area. Once again, the book, Southern Ghost Stories, Ghosts of Gallatin, and more. I think it's pretty cool. Alan, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Halloween like this. It's a pleasure meeting you. And good luck with more apps, all right? Take a break. We'll be back with a programming note right after this. Stay with us.
Chase and I